Life is beautiful like Sea Asia. My entrance was independent, but we major. The challenge that's killing me is to balance humility with my ability to stunt like Lee Major. When I was pissing poor, I had a vision board as my screensaver. I envisioned tours on G4s, mink blazers, hopping out with pink gators, unhinging doors like C4, ringing alarms like tennis saw. P-more. Had the club going up like seesaws. Abroad, we score so much, no need to keep score. Petite broads who eat raw, greet us at customs, teach us the customs and traditions of foreign soil. Royal dignitaries sending emissaries to meet Moors. I know them.
Peace, family. Welcome back to another episode of Underground Railroad Productions. This is your host, Brother Rich. I'm on the phone with Lovely from Where the Psychics Go. These are one of the black businesses we are highlighting this month. Shout out to Paulie, actually one of the brothers that's a part of this group. He's one of the first brothers to advertise with me, probably about a year and a half ago. So, the team has always been about the work and about the service and the people. So it's a pleasure having you on the phones with me today. Welcome to the show, my sister.
Thank you so much, Brother Rich. It's awesome to be here as well. Thank you for doing what you do. You know, you really help so many people. Your work is awesome. I don't have enough words to actually express, but I appreciate you very much.
Indeed. So one of the wonderful things about what I do is that I get to highlight black businesses that, may not get TV commercials or space on BT, MTV, or the traditional channels that we were used to growing up. So I'm glad to highlight these businesses, and I've heard great results from people that called you guys. You guys have been very consistent with what you're doing. So I'm curious. I want you to talk to the people briefly about what it is exactly, because it's an interesting little twist as far as being a psychic. You actually not only you do the cards, the tarots, but you help people tap into the divinity within themselves to be their own psychics. Is that true? Am I saying that right?
Yes. Excuse me. Basically, yes. That's the mission, our core mission. And I am Lovely, a personal advisor. And that's Prince Paulie, who's always connected with you in your platform. But yes, that's what it's all about. That's why we're where the real psychics go. And the real psychics go within, okay? You know, most of us have, had some kind of connection or influence with Christianity. And in the Bible it says, seek the kingdom of heaven within, and everything else will fall into place. Even though through programming, we kind of thought heaven was so far away from us, God is so far away from us, way, way out there in space. But space, God, the kingdom of heaven is within us. So if we tap into that, then we're our own psychic. I often tell my clients, callers, that this is good for humanity, this information that I'm giving you. But it's bad for business, right? So if I say, hey, look, you can do this. You can be your own Lovely. You can be your own Prince Paul. You can be your own Sister Marie. It's so, because it's almost like paying for it, right? So if everybody tapped in their own energy, that psychic energy, which is that intuition, how many times have we said, man, if I would have listened to my first mind, right? Have you ever thought that, like, oh, I knew that was going to happen? But instead of us, you know what I mean? That's that intuition, that gut instinct. So that's the same thing as, psychic, so, but you're listening to it. So here I am, and I say, so to me, I have to trust the information that's being downloaded into me to be able to read you. Saying, hey, you trust that same information that comes to you, okay? Instead of always asking people, a lot of times everybody's not going to know how to get out of a situation or how to even get into a situation. You can talk to 1 million people and still, as you talk to them, you get more and more confused about the decision you make. You're better off listening to yourself. You know, better off is a better chance of you winning is to listen to yourself. Now, yeah, like I said, that's not good for business, you know,
Right.
but it really is good for humanity because I have other things that I can do in life. I'm not just that. So I want to help. I want to assist others. So just you calling and saying, am I going to win the lottery today? Lovely? You know, it's better for you to, because see that time, if yourself says, stop, go play the lottery, and you go play the lottery, and guess what? You win. But if yourself says, play the lottery, and you stop, and you go call me, you know what I mean? Like, that energy may have moved. Now you're down yourself. And so the energy that it takes to know, which is how we think, how we speak, and how we feel, that's magic. And I do truly believe that that's all that it takes to win in this life. So, yeah. So I can get a call, we can get calls, and we're here to assist others. But the main core goal is really for people to know who they are, and that they have this own ability. It's inherited in us. And maybe someone seems to be more psychic than the other, you know. But I believe it's about how open you are to it, because we're all vessels, right? And so how open am I to this universal information? And right now we're in the age of information now. So, wow, you know. It's just like Google, like the phone, but we can be our own Google. We can be our own cell phone, you know. When you call someone and they say, man, I was just thinking about you. Well, what is that? That's energy. That's psychic energy. The same thing.
Yeah,
right.
It happens to all of us. That happens to all of us, yeah.
It happens to all of us. That's why I say go where the real psychics go, which is within, because this all happens to us. So the more that we do it, the more that we trust, then you're your own personal advisor. Okay?
Now, definitely. Now, what made you interested in doing this type of work? Like, were you freaked out as a kid and you were hearing voices around you? Did you see ghosts or something? Like, is there like this mystical story that you have that brought you into this, or you just like talk this, because this is quite interesting for you to choose to do this for humanity.
Yeah. Well, okay. Yes, I was, born this way. I can, always had what my grandmother called a knowing. Okay, so I'm born in the late 60s. So there was no word called psychic that I knew of. It may have been somewhere, but not in my community, and definitely not in my household or family. So in my family, everybody is pretty much spiritually gifted. But my family members would probably say I'm the most spiritually gifted. Okay? Some people have different things like dreamers, this and that, different tools. But, yeah, I always had this knowing. I would know what would happen, So I wasn't freaked out because it was in my family. You know what I mean? Like my mother advised people, and my grandma was very spiritual, very religious, and everybody would come to her. Okay, still to this day, my grandmother is revered as a mother of a church. She's been off the planet for 30 years. So it was normal in my life, in my household. It's when afterwards, like I could see ghosts, we could see spirits, you know what I'm saying? So it was just normal. I thought everyone could do that. I could see myself. I knew things that were going to happen in time. But once I stepped outside of my home, where I'm protected, where I'm guided, spiritually, emotionally, once I stepped outside of that, and as I get older and started relating to other people in school, even in church, that's when the world started making me feel like I was weird. I would hear people whispering and saying, "Oh, she's weird. Oh, she's crazy," because of some, if I didn't really know how to deliver the information. So I had to learn how to deliver the information. So I would just say what I seen. You know what I mean? So just like if I see a man and I see him cheating on his wife, I say, "You're cheating on your wife." I didn't even know what I was talking about because I was a child. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to deliver the information, which would have people like, "What?" And because we have been so spiritually raped, religiously raped. They would point fingers to call me names. I remember when I was like a teenager still, and this is when I was really like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because I didn't have my elders around at the time that usually guide me and protect me. And I went to a preacher, our family preacher. And I said, look, every time I have a vision or dream, it happens. What am I supposed to do with this? And he told me I was a demon. And so at that moment, I was like, what? And thankful that because my parents and grandparents had put a lot of confidence in me. It's like, you know what to do, you know what to say, and things of that nature. But it still was in the back of my mind because other people in the community are saying horrible things like, she's crazy, she's weird, and I loved the Supreme Being. I loved humanity. I loved our people. So I always wanted to help. I always wanted to give this information out. Here, this is what it is. This is what's going to happen. No, we shouldn't do that because if we do this, this is going to happen. So I would know a lot of information that people just were not ready for. I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I'm sure that a lot of other advisors or psychics that was born gifted, because that's what, we're told that it's called, have had their own trying time. I mean, I remember once I decided, okay, I'm not going to be, gifted anymore, and it was like one of the worst days of my life. But I had to be who I am. What can you do with it? What can you do? It's like deciding to take your eyes out of your head. You know what I mean? Your heart out of your chest. Because if you're born this way, you have to kind of find a way how to do it. If someone said something to you and you just know what to say to them, are you not going to say that to them because of fear that they may feel some kind of way because you don't know this person? I mean, I'm really lovely like all the time, regardless if I do this professionally or not. If I'm in a grocery store and my heart or my spirit says, say something to this person, and I might not know exactly what to say at that moment, but once I say, hi, how you doing? And the next thing you know, hear the words just rolling off my tongue, and the person is like, oh, my God, thank you, you're an angel. Now, I've touched a life and maybe even saved a life. So, it's phenomenal. I used to say you're blessed and cursed, but I decided to take that out of my mind and just be lovely and do what I can do to the best of my ability. So and I tell a lot of people, if I can do this, if I can set out and start my own business from inside of myself, you can do the same thing. This is one of the most challenging careers that a person would choose, So if you want to be a plumber and you thought you could never be a plumber, hey, be a plumber, because that's more acceptable, right, and traditional than being a psychic. And that's why I chose Where the Real Psychics Go, because I want people to know this is not some, horrible, demonic thing. If so, then, I'm demonic, and I'm not demonic. I'm love. So if we're connected, then you're love. And the next person, and the next person, and the next person, and on and on and on. You know what I mean? So that's what it's about all my life. I have had this knowing.
A person can feel you when you talk. Sometimes you hear a person when they talk, I could feel you with the words you're saying and you choose to say. So I definitely appreciate you giving us that breakdown about, just you being born into this or whatever. It's definitely something that I think a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people can hide in certain gifts that they had out of being persecuted for them. And I advise everybody, if you need some help or some guidance, myself personally, I received help from different individuals when I was in my early 20s, psychics, readers, astrologers, in terms of me going into the right direction in my life. So the people I dealt with helped me out. So I know, this is a different time. This was in the early 2000s. So if it helped me, I know it can help my community. So I definitely, if somebody needs the help, I definitely advise them, to reach out and, touch one of these psychics, see what's going on. And something great for the community. Like I said, it helped me, so I know it can help them. I want you to leave your information for the people. Once again, where this is our business highlight for the month, spotlight for the month. What's the name? Where the psychics go? Say it. I don't want to mess it up. What is it called now?
Mm-hmm. Where the real psychics go. Lovelyone.com. LOVLEEONE.com. LOVLEEONE.com.
Indeed. So make sure y'all holler at this sister as well as Prince Paulie.
Yes.
They're offering a great service as well as, allowing you to tap into your own divinity. Like she said, that's something that a lot of people probably advise as bad for business, but I commend you for choosing to do that anyway, my sister. But, the information will be in the description bar, as well as their ad is at the beginning and ending of the videos for this month, so you can check out their flyer on there as well. And with that being said, I want to thank you for coming on, sister, and highlighting your business. And much success to you and your business, my sister.
Thank you so much, Brother Rich. And the same to you and your audience. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Bye. Peace.
Life is beautiful like Sea Asia. My entrance was independent, but we major. The challenge that's killing me is to balance humility with my ability to stunt like Lee Major. When I was pissing poor, I had a vision board as my screensaver. I envisioned tours on G4s, mink blazers, hopping out with pink gators, unhinging doors like C4, ringing alarms like tennis saw, P-more. The club going up like seesaws. Abroad, we score so much, no need to keep score. Petite broads who eat raw, greet us at customs, teach us the customs and traditions of foreign soil. Royal dignitaries sending emissaries to meet Moors.